Hey guys, how's it going? Matthew Rodella here. There was something that I was thinking and struggling with, and I wanted to share it with you guys, hopefully to get your mind in the right space. A lot of the success and the success with your WAS and running it is very much mindset driven. It's really tough, I find, for people who have spent a lot of time being a freelancer or running an agency where you're building websites for customers and you're used to being an order taker and you're used to being the person that, oh, what do you want? Oh, okay, let me throw this in and this in and this in, and you stack the list of all the things you're going to do for them because honestly, at the end of the day, you want to be able to charge as much as possible. So you're trying to give them all that value. And I totally understand that. But that's something that I personally struggle with, a lot of other people struggle with when they're running their WAS. And that is, it's very tempting, and this is something I have to fight myself a lot with. It's very tempting to have customers who will send you requests to do things, additional services, SEO, content, graphic design, stuff like that. And it's very tempting to do that for them because you're used to doing that in your other role as a website delivery person of some sort. But with a WAS, you really have to change your mindset to that of a product, of you creating a product and delivering that product to people as it is. And then people have to take that product and use it. And that's what they have. So it's like, for example, if you go to the store and buy a TV, right? The latest and greatest TV that's got all the stuff installed in it and it's super fancy. And then, you have it for a couple months and then you go back to the store and say, oh, I'd like a surround sound system with this TV. Oh, I'd like, a nice comfy couch with this TV. And then you're expecting the TV manufacturer to give you a surround sound system, to give you a couch to sit on, to give you all the other things that can make up your entertainment center, where the manufacturer is just delivering that TV and you bought that TV as is. You're going to get updates to the apps that are on the TV, of course, but they're not going to add other things onto that TV after you purchase the TV. You have to go to other, places to get those things. Maybe not the best, the best example, but that's kind of what I'm trying to say is a WAS is a product that you're giving someone and whatever it is, they have to take what it is. Then if there are things that people are asking for in addition, for example, SEO or graphic design or content writing, then you can take that and you can think to yourself, okay, is this something that I can create a process out of and create its own product out of this and then have it be an add-on product to my WAS so that I can make sure it's systematized, create a nice process, and then I can hand it off to a contractor or my VA or someone else on my team to take care of it so I can scale that as well. And it all goes back to scaling. The name of the game is scale. So you are wanting your WAS to be a product that you can scale. So you aren't doing the work of delivering all these different services to your website customers. Instead, you create the product, you put it out in the world, and then you let it scale to infinity, really. And that's what you want to do with any other add-on service. So if someone comes to you and says, hey, this is a great website, but, it's not quite performing as well as I would like to in the Google search results. Can you do some kind of SEO magic on it to make it, rank well? I don't know about you, but my first instinct is to say, sure, I know how to do that. Let me jump in there and optimize it for search engines, do some keyword research, do some of the meta tag stuff, write some good content. I can take care of that for you. It's no problem. But what about the next guy that has that same need, but it's slightly different? And then you're doing that work again. And then just all of a sudden, it's like you're building websites for people and you're back to the same, grind, overworked mentality that you were when you were delivering websites to people on a project basis. We want to get away with that with our WAS. We want to scale it. We want to make it a product. So those extra services people are asking for, it's tempting to just do it for them. And all the time I struggle with this. But instead, what you want to do is take the time to think about how can I make this a process, and then take the time to map it out. Once you deliver it for the first person, you're going to be mapping out the process as you're delivering that service to the person. And you want to make sure you're simplifying it so that it can be an easy process that you can repeat for any customer and make it predictable, put a price around it. You might struggle with the price the first couple times you do it, but after the first couple times, you'll understand what it's going to take to deliver that, what kind of time and effort and resources it's going to take. And then you can put a nice packaged price on it and then deliver it to your future WAS customers without the extra effort. I'm just, asking you guys not to fall into that trap of having this nice WAS and then having all these customers asking for add-ons, and it's going to happen. If they're happy with the website, they're going to ask for additional services and additional features, and it's very tempting just to do it, but then you're going to slip back into the old problems that you had before you started your WAS, and that is, running yourself ragged, not being able to deliver a consistently quality product, feeling like you're getting pulled in 1,000 different directions, not being able to focus. And that's because you're trying to do all these services for people that aren't clearly defined. So, listen to your customers, start to hear them ask for the same things over and over again. At first, you're going to have to say no. You're going to have to say, sorry, that's just not something that we provide to our customers at this time, but we may consider providing that in the future. Maybe you can have, a feature request board, and that might be something we talk about later, where you can have people, request different features and then vote on those features. And then, eventually you'll start to hear your customers requesting the same type of additional services over and over again that you can then say, okay, that's going to be something good that I can package up into a product that I can make an add-on to my WAS, and then, automate that as much as possible, hand it off to a team member or a contractor. That way, you just kind of let it run and it can generate that awesome recurring revenue that we love. And that's why we wanted to get into the WAS game in the first place. So that's just kind of a thought I had today. I'm going to be talking a lot more about productizing, because that's something that's going very well for me. Not only the WAS is its own kind of productized service, but all the other services that you do in your web agency and your web business. I'm thinking about approaching those from a product mindset, creating processes, automating them, handing them off, and then continuing to go and build your audience, market your company, grow your company, and all that other stuff that you should be doing as a business owner instead of doing all these additional services for your customers. I'd love to know what you think, or if you have any questions, I'll check those out. Otherwise, stay tuned in this group for hopefully more of this type of info, and I'll talk to you guys later. All right, bye for now.